Our next gift tells us that for someone we love, to make them happy, we can go beyond and above. It's not always easy, but please do take heed. It can still warm your heart to give to those in need. Clarabelle's Cash Cow Christmas. This story begins a few days before Christmas. Minnie Mouse, Daisy Duck, and Clarabelle Cow are performing a gig at a club. They're performing a jazz rendition of Sleigh Ride, with Minnie playing piano, Daisy playing bass, and Clarabelle playing drums. After they finish, the people in the club applaud, and they all take a bow.
"Thank you," said Minnie. "You were all a terrific audience."
"That concludes our set for tonight," said Daisy. "Merry Christmas, everyone," said Clarabelle. Then they all walked off the stage and outside. "Man, we sounded so awesome back there," said Daisy.
"You killed it on those drums, Clarabelle,"
said Minnie. "Why, thanks, Minnie," said Clarabelle. "We make a great team."
"We sure do," said
Minnie in agreement. "We still got lots of time before we have to head back to our homes," said Daisy. "Anything you girls like to do in the meantime?" Clarabelle's stomach growled. "Moo-wee," she said. "All that drumming sure does work up an appetite on my little tummy. How about I treat you girls to a meal?"
"Oh, that would be delightful,"
said Minnie. "Count me in, Clarabelle," said Daisy. "I know the best restaurant in town," said Clarabelle. "Follow me." Clarabelle led Minnie and Daisy to the best restaurant in town. They got inside and ate. They had some conversations with each other about what they were all planning to do for Christmas. "So, what are you all planning to do for Christmas?" asked Clarabelle.
"Oh, I'm going to spend Christmas Eve with Mickey," said Minnie. "And with my Christmas bonus, I'm going to buy him the perfect present."
"And I'm going to spend Christmas with Donald and his family with dinner and everything," said Daisy. "How very nice," said Clarabelle. "I'm going to spend my Christmas Eve with Horace Horsecollar. And I got the perfect gift in mind for him, the Power Dumbbell 2000. After Clarabelle paid the bill and tipped the waiter, the girls went outside. "That's the perfect expensive gift you have in mind, Clarabelle," said Daisy. "Think you can afford it?" "Of course I can. And I got plenty of—" Clarabelle cut herself off while checking her pockets, only to discover that she was flat broke. "Oh no! I must have spent all my money on our dinner. What am I going to do? Christmas Eve was only a couple of days away." "Hey, don't worry, Clarabelle," said Daisy. "We can help you raise the money." "But how?" asked Clarabelle. "Christmas Eve is only a few days away. We can't book any more gigs because all the venues in town are booked up until after New Year's."
"There's plenty of other ways to raise money here," said Minnie. "All I know is how we're going to do it."
In a Gilligan cut, the trio were at a nearby park on each other's shoulder, about to put on a Santa Claus costume. Minnie was on top, Daisy was in the middle, and Clarabelle was on the bottom. "Minnie, are you sure this is going to work?" asked Clarabelle.
"Trust me," said Minnie. "As long as those kids believe we're Santa, they'll love us."
"Okay," said Clarabelle, "if you say so." They closed up the coat, now looking like a convincing Santa Claus.
"Okay, girls," said Minnie. "Let's go make some jolly times."
Clarabelle clumsily yet carefully walked out into the park. "Ho, ho, ho!" Minnie said in a deep, jolly voice. "Merry Christmas, boys and girls!" The kids came running out to see Santa, very excited. "You kids want to hear stories and sing carols with me?" asked Minnie. The kids cheered, "Yeah!" The girls carried in their act, doing the best Santa Claus they could possibly do. Things went moderately well until Clarabelle felt a funny feeling in her nose. "Daisy," Clarabelle whispered, "this cold is tickling my nose."
"Don't sneeze, Clarabelle,"
Daisy whispered, but Clarabelle continued. "Ah, ah, ah." Daisy tried to use the anti-sneeze finger on Clarabelle's nose, but it didn't work. "Achoo!" Her sneeze briefly inflated the coat and wound up defattening it. The kids were now able to see through the girls' disguise. Seeing the big phonies they were, the kids booed the girls, mocking them and shooing them away. Humiliated, the girls disassembled and left the park. "Sorry, Clarabelle," said Daisy.
"It was worth a shot,"
said Minnie. "Thanks for your help, girls," said Clarabelle. "Maybe we could think of something else."
"Oh, sorry, Clarabelle, but I gotta go," said Minnie.
"Yeah, me too," said Daisy. "Sorry, Clarabelle, but you're on your own." Clarabelle stammered as Minnie and Daisy went their separate ways. Clarabelle moaned in despair and went and sat on a nearby bench. She thought carefully about how she could possibly earn some money. A woman walked by her. Then a cold breeze blew, blowing her scarf off, landing on Clarabelle's face. Clarabelle grabbed the scarf and knew the woman would freeze without it, so she got up and walked up to the woman. Pardon me, ma'am, she said, but I believe this is your scarf. Oh, thank you very much, said the woman. I didn't even notice I lost it. Here's $1 for you. Clarabelle was surprised that the lady gave her $1. Wow, she said. Thank you. You're welcome, said the lady, and a Merry Christmas to you. As she left, it dawned on Clarabelle that if she continued to do good deeds for others, she could make enough money to buy Horace's gift. Well, what am I uttering around for? She said. There's got to be lots of unfortunate people in this town. Clarabelle went back inside the pub. She saw a little girl trying to build a snowman, but her snowman fell apart and she started to cry. Heartbroken over the little girl, Clarabelle walked over to her and helped her rebuild the snowman. Not only that, but she also improved it. The girl's face looked up. She was very happy and she gave Clarabelle a big hug. At that moment, the girl's mother went up to Clarabelle. Thank you so much for helping my daughter, she said. You deserve a reward for your good deed. She gave Clarabelle some money. My pleasure, Clarabelle said, and a Merry Christmas to you. As she continued to walk around the town, Clarabelle thought to herself, this is great! I'll have the present for Horace in no time. Walking down the side of the road, she saw a man trying to move a Christmas tree into his house. She walked up to him. Excuse me, sir, but would you like me to help you with that? She asked. Oh, that would be wonderful, said the man, but I should warn you, this is a heavy tree. No problem for me. Good thing I'm super strong, Clarabelle said, flexing her muscles. Clarabelle grabbed one end of the tree while the man carried the other. They walked inside and set it up just where the man wanted it. He gave Clarabelle some money as a token of gratitude. Clarabelle then walked back outside, passing the next building where a short man was on a ladder trying to build Christmas lights up. He stretched but lost his balance. Thinking quickly, Clarabelle ran onto him just as he was falling, and just in the nick of time, she caught him on her shoulders. Gotcha, she said. Wow, thanks for the save, lady, said the man. Mind if I help you finish the job? Asked Clarabelle. Oh, I would appreciate that, answered the man. Clarabelle held onto the man tightly on her shoulders while he continued to put the lights up. As soon as they were done, he thanked Clarabelle with some money. Then off she went. Clarabelle then came to another house where a couple was reorganizing their furniture for a Christmas party. As usual, she walked up to them and offered to help, which they accepted, and it was much easier thanks to Clarabelle's strength. Once again, she made some money out of it. Later on, Clarabelle started giving out snow cones to kids. She made tons of money off of that. When she ran out of snow cones, she decided to give piggyback rides to the disappointed kids, and this earned her even more money. It was now December 23rd. She almost had enough money to buy Horace's presents. She figured one more good deed should do it. It was then when she saw a little dachshund at her feet. She decided to bend down and pet it. She seemed very friendly. Clarabelle then looked up. She saw a poster that had the poster of the dachshund who looked just like the dachshund who was in front of her right now. The poster read, Lost dog, Dinah, goldish brown dachshund. If found, please call Penelope Pegleg at 555-8768. Reward, $100. Clarabelle was shocked at this. She looked at the dog's collar, and it indeed read, Dinah. This was just the good deed she was looking for, and that $100 would be more than enough to cover the money she still needed. She spotted a nearby payphone, ran up to it, and dialed the number. Fortunately, she could spare a few quarters for this call. On the other end, Penelope answered the phone. Hello? Yes, am I speaking to Penelope? Asked Clarabelle. Speaking, said Penelope. Penelope continued. Hi, my name is Clarabelle, and I'm calling about your lost dog, Dinah. Oh, yes, said Penelope. Did you find her? She's right here with me, said Clarabelle. Oh, thank you so much for finding her, cried Penelope. My pleasure, said Clarabelle. If you would just give me your address, I'll come right over to your house right away and return her to you. Penelope was overjoyed. She gave Clarabelle her address and thanked her again. After they hung up, Clarabelle said to Dinah, I'm gonna take you home, little girl. Dinah yipped happily and wagged her tail. Then she licked Clarabelle, which made her happy. Clarabelle took Dinah to the bus stop just as the bus was pulling up. Fortunately, she had a bus pass that was still valid. As soon as the bus got to Penelope's block, Clarabelle got off the bus, taking Dinah with her. She looked carefully for the address until she found the house. "This must be the place," said Clarabelle. "Ready to go home, Dinah?" Dinah panted and wagged. Clarabelle walked up to the front door and rang the doorbell. When Penelope opened the door, Clarabelle said, "Hello, you must be Penelope." "Dinah!" Penelope cheered as Clarabelle handed Dinah off to her. "Oh, thank you so much! This is the grandest Christmas present ever!" "The pleasure is all mine," said Clarabelle. "Now, your flyer said something about a reward?" "Oh, yes," said Penelope. "Just a second." She sat Dinah down and opened up her purse, pulling out $100 and giving it to Clarabelle. "Say, you look very familiar to me," said Clarabelle. "Do you happen to know a man around here named Pete?" "Oh, yeah," said Penelope. "He's my brother. Don't mind him, though. He's a bit unstaying." "Well, that goes without saying," said Clarabelle, knowing what Pete was like around some of her friends. "I cannot thank you enough for finding my dog," said Penelope. "No thanks are necessary," said Clarabelle. "'Tis the season to spread cheer and goodwill anyway. Merry Christmas!" Clarabelle then walked away. She counted all the money she collected. Now to buy that present for Horace. Clarabelle rushed out of the mall, to the mall and searched high and low for the Power Dumbbell 2000. Eventually she found it, and luckily for her, it was the last one in stock. She grabbed it and purchased it. Then she took it home to gift wrap it. The next day was Christmas Eve. Clarabelle drove over to Horace Horsecollar's house. She walked up and rang the doorbell. Horace answered the door and said, "Howdy, Clarabelle. Merry Christmas." "Right back at you, Horace," Clarabelle said. "Won't you come in?" asked Horace. Clarabelle walked inside. "Meow, moo-wee," she said. "Your house sure is toasty." "Well, I couldn't think of anyone better to spend the holidays than you," said Horace. "You're lucky to have a nice big group of friends. I may be in that group too, but hardly anybody even notices me much anymore." "You're the only one who does." "That's why I came here," said Clarabelle. "Nobody should be alone on Christmas." "That's very sweet of you," said Horace. "I brought you a present," said Clarabelle. "Oh, how very sweet," said Horace. "As a matter of fact, so do I." "Oh, thanks, Horace," said Clarabelle. "How about we go ahead and open them now?" "All right," said Horace. "You can open yours first." Clarabelle opened her gift. It was a pair of oven mitts that looked like udders. Clarabelle giggled. "These are so adorable! Thank you, Horace. Now you're going to love my gift." Horace got excited and opened his present. "Wow! A Power Dumbbell 2000!" he exclaimed. "I know how much you love to work out," said Clarabelle, "and I thought it would be perfect for you." "These things are so expensive," said Horace. "How did you manage to afford it?" "It wasn't easy," said Clarabelle. "I spent all week going around town doing good deeds for others less fortunate, and I made money doing all that." Horace blinked. "You went through all this just to buy me this?" Clarabelle nodded. "Why? Do you think it's too much?" "Clarabelle," Horace said, "I'm amazed that you went through all these great lengths just to give me this present, but I'm more happy over how you did it. Just hearing about you doing all those great deeds for others means more to me than this gift." "It is?" Clarabelle blinked. "Yes, Clarabelle," said Horace. "You proved that you were very kind and generous towards others by giving to those less fortunate. This is what Christmas is truly about." Clarabelle was flattered to hear that. She responded, "You're right, Horace. And you know what? It felt really good to spread all that goodwill and help out others in need. So say what you will about your present. How I achieved it is all that matters." "Indeed, Clarabelle," said Horace. "Your heart was truly at the right place." The two of them hugged each other. But then they heard singing outside Horace's house. Wondering who it was, they rushed to the front door. It was a group of Christmas carolers. Not just any Christmas carolers, but everyone that Clarabelle had previously helped. They were all singing Sleigh Ride as a way of thanking her for all the help she provided. Horace and Clarabelle decided to join in, and they sang together on Silent Night. So, whether we fail or whether we succeed, Christmas is a wonderful time to do a good deed. No matter if it's a loved one or a newfound friend, kindness to others will be rewarded in the end.